Hello, Society members and our viewers from around the world. My name is Charles Knippen, President of the National Society of Leadership and Success, and I'm happy to be hosting another Thought Leader Series interview with you today. In this series, we sit down with thought leaders to gain their insights and learn from their experiences. And today, we're sitting down with Eric Schurenberg from Inc. magazine.
Chuck, how are you?
Great. Thanks for being here today.
My pleasure.
Eric is not only the president of Inc. magazine, but he began as an editor at Money magazine. He has also been the editor at CBSMoneyWatch.com, and he's also a National Magazine Award winner and also Loeb Award winner as well. And so, Eric, I want to start today first with talking about Inc. magazine.
Sure.
For many of our viewers, as students, they may not be familiar with who is Inc. magazine, what's the target audience, and what are the messages that you're trying to get out?
Inc. is the oldest publication devoted entirely to helping entrepreneurs succeed. It was founded by an entrepreneur who recognized back in 1979 that there were no publications for private companies that were run by their founders. Everything at that time was devoted to public companies. So now, 37 years later, we have a circulation of 750,000 for the print product. We have 16 million unique monthly users online. It's international. We have a vast event series and educational classes and things like that. But all we serve is the entrepreneur. And our only purpose is trying to help entrepreneurs succeed, to get off the ground, to run companies that are more seasoned, and to achieve kind of a level of success that goes beyond financial, but to really realize what they set out to do when they started a company.
Fantastic. So what has been your journey to getting to where you are today as president, editor-in-chief? You know, for many of our students who are maybe sitting in their room with entrepreneurial visions, what has your journey been? Where did you come from in college and how did you get here today?
Well, it is a long and winding road, which I think should be encouraging to any person who's just about to start out on it. It means that the decisions you make as you come out of college are not the ones that you'll have to live with. You should think of your career, perhaps, as you might think of as starting up a company. What Steve Blank, who's the founder of the lean startup movement, says about a company startup is that it's not a business when you are just starting out, it's a hypothesis. So think about your career in the same way. It's a hypothesis. Now, and that'll be proven out by, experience as to whether the hypothesis was true or not. My hypothesis happened to be that I would become rich and famous as an actor when I got out of college. It was a very short, well, it wasn't a short-lived dream. I played that out for about 6 years before I finally realized it wasn't going to work out like I wanted, and I didn't even want that anymore. It was, it had its shortcomings. It was a very tough road to hoe, but it taught me a few things. It taught me the value of networking. It taught me a certain amount of humility and separating myself from the work. And from there, and also perhaps, people would say, well, it must have taught you things like presentation and power to project when you're on stage and things like that. I don't know if that's really true. I have no idea. The only thing that anyone has ever said to me about acting and my later role as an editor was a guy who worked for me at Business 2.0 magazine. And he said, oh, you were an actor? I said, yeah. He said, that's why you talk that way. And then walked away. And I thought, well, wait a minute, but talk what way? What are you talking about? Do I have like a fake British accent? Do I speak an iambic pentameter and not know it? So that was it. I guess maybe the most important thing that my show business career did for me was it gave me some time to mature and grow up in a profession in which I couldn't do myself any professional damage by being immature. So from show business to Time Inc. and Money magazine, where I started at the very bottom as a fact checker, and then rose up through the ranks to become the editor-in-chief. The thing there that was that I learned was that journalism is about telling stories and about connecting with people on an emotional level, and that was an important thing to realize at a place like Money, where the topic can be quite dry. It's all financial, all theoretical, but what people want is not to have a big number in their 401k. That's what they think. But what they want is a feeling. They want to feel secure. They want to feel happy. They want to feel like a good provider for their family. They want to feel like a success. Those are all the things that you, as a journalist, and a storyteller and someone who's trying to help people get what they want, that's what you have to keep in mind. When you're creating the stories, this is a story about happiness or success or security or overcoming fears or being a better steward kind of your own perception. These are the things that you should try to address. And when you do that, you're pushed to tell stories, you're a more useful journalist. So that